Alright, you are welcome to e-analyst, and in this video we are going to talk about the top 5 best teams in this UEFA Champions League round of 16 according to their last 10 games. We are not talking about how big the team is, but how they've played in their last 10 games. Please, before we start, like, share and subscribe. Thank you. And in our 5th position we have Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich going to this round of 16 are one of the strongest favorites in this UEFA Champions League campaign, and they have one of the best attackers in Europe so far this season, with the likes of Harry Kane, Michael Olise and Luis Diaz firing in from all angles. Bayern Munich have scored 27 whooping goals in their last 10 games and conceding only 11. Their only loss in the last 10 games was a 2-1 home loss to Augsburg after going ahead in the first half, and then Augsburg dramatically won that game 2-1. Bayern Munich have only lost 2 games through so far this season and winning 33 out of the 38 they have played so far this season. In fact, they were the second best teams in the UEFA Champions League group phase, just behind Arsenal and gaining automatic qualification. Their only loss in the UEFA Champions League was a 3-1 away loss at Arsenal FC, which was the best team so far in the UEFA Champions League group stage, or league phase rather. And in our 4th position we have, surprisingly, Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt, one of the best teams so far, one of the best scoring teams so far in the UEFA Champions League, one of the surprise packages so far in the UEFA Champions League. Bodo Glimt have 8 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss in their last 10 games. This team, despite not playing their league games since last year, because their league finished last year, they still look sharp, and against all odds they qualified to the UEFA Champions League playoffs, and it wasn't easy for them. They had an impressive run in these January Champions League matches, including a 3-1 home win against Manchester City and a 2-1 away win against Atletico Madrid. And when we thought, wow, okay, Bodo Glimt, finally Inter Milan will remove Bodo Glimt in the UEFA Champions League playoffs, against all odds, Bodo Glimt came out victorious, winning Inter Milan home and away. That was surprising. Their only loss in the last 10 games was a 2-1 loss against Juventus, and they have one of the best attacks in their league and probably in Europe, scoring 29 goals and conceding only 11 in their last 10 games. That is an impressive attack, especially that their striker, they have a very good attack. And in our 3rd position we have Sporting CP. Sporting Lisbon, this team has 8 wins and 2 draws in their last 10 games. In their last 10 games, it should be in their last 15 games if they have not had any loss, or only 1 loss. In their last 10 games, they've not had any loss, only 2 draws and 8 wins. Their notable win was a 1-0 win against Porto in their League Cup. They have 11 wins in their last 15 games, and one of those wins was an impressive win against Paris Saint-Germain, the champions of Europe. And surprisingly, this Sporting Lisbon, they qualified to the UEFA Champions League round of 16 automatically. They did not even go through the group stage and other things. Despite losing their main man last season, their hit man, their target man, Victor Gyökeres to Arsenal in that summer transfer window, they are still firing in the attack, and this their new man, what is that his name? Yeah, Luis Suarez. He's still picking up from where Victor Gyökeres actually stopped. I think he has 30 something goals so far this season, and it's really impressive. They have scored 21 goals in their last 10 games and conceding only 9 in their last 10 games. And funny enough, these guys have not stayed a game without scoring so far this season. They have scored in all their games so far this season, whether they are losing, whether they are drawing, they have scored in all of their games so far this season. That is very impressive. And in our second position, we have Manchester City, the Pep Guardiola boys. Manchester City have 8 wins and 2 draws in their last 10 games. Their notable wins was a 2-1 away win against Liverpool in a dramatic way. And in this run, in their last 10 games, they have 3 wins out of 3 against Newcastle. That is very impressive, especially against this stubborn Newcastle at St. James's Park. Their last game was a 3-1 away win against Newcastle at St. James's Park. Even after going behind, goals from Savino and a brace from Omar Mamouche secured that 3-1 away win in their FA Cup tie against Newcastle at St. James's Park. And funny enough, Manchester City are still in all the competitions so far this season. They are still aiming for the quadruple. They are already in the Carabao Cup final, which they will be playing Arsenal FC, one of the best teams so far also. Going into this round of 16 against Real Madrid, Manchester City will be hoping on the form of their winter signing, which is Antoine Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo has picked up from where he stopped at AFC Bournemouth and has been scoring goals so far for Manchester City. Manchester City have scored 22 goals, conceding only 8 in their last 10 games. And going to this UEFA round of 16, you cannot write off the Pep boys because they are one of the strongest favorites to win this UEFA Champions League. Before we move to the number 1 position, please like, share and subscribe the video. Thank you. In our number 1 position, we have Arsenal FC, the set pieces FC. Arsenal have been impressive so far this season, both in their Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup and the English Premier League. They are still in aiming for the quadruple, just like Manchester City. Arsenal finished the UEFA Champions League group phase top of the position and winning all their matches. Their notable wins was a 3-1 win against Bayern Munich, a win against Atletico Bilbao and also Atletico Madrid. So far this season, Arsenal have one of the best squads in the entire of Europe, and they were going to this round of 16 games against Bayern Leverkusen. They will be motivated with the form of David Raya, William Saliba and also Gabriel Magalhaes. And with the way they are grinding out results these days, who knows, Arsenal might finally get their hands to the Champions League, which they have been searching throughout their lives. And I believe they have one of the best chances especially in the pot that they are in the Champions League. Only Barcelona is a tough match and an upper hand against them so far in the UEFA Champions League, according to their pedigree. According to their pedigree in the competition. Alright guys, we have gone to the end of this video. Thank you for listening, and please, before you go, do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.